Most people believe the fastest way to achieve financial independence and retire early is landing a high-paying corporate job. Earn more, save more, invest the difference, and eventually you'll be free. It sounds logical. It even works for some people. But what if the job itself is slowing you down? What if your paycheck is stable, yet your ability to build real wealth is limited by salary ceilings, office politics, annual reviews, and decisions made by someone else? FIRE is not just about earning income. It's about owning assets, increasing cash flow, and creating freedom. Sometimes the vehicle matters more than the destination. A small business is not easier. It comes with risk, uncertainty, and long hours. Many businesses fail. That should never be ignored. But unlike a job, a business can grow beyond your personal time. It can create equity, higher income, and opportunities that salaries alone rarely provide. In this video, we'll explore why, for many people pursuing early FIRE, building a small business may be a more powerful path than climbing the corporate ladder over time.
A corporate job offers something that almost everyone wants in the beginning: stability. You know when your salary will arrive, you receive benefits, paid leave, and a clear career path. For many people, especially those just starting their careers, it feels like the safest way to build a future. The problem is that safety often comes with invisible limits. Your income depends on decisions you don't control. A promotion may depend on your manager's opinion. A salary increase might be smaller than inflation. Company budgets can change overnight. Even excellent employees sometimes lose their jobs because of restructuring, mergers, or economic downturns. None of those decisions are personal, but they can completely change your financial plans. There is also a ceiling on how fast your income can grow. You can work harder, learn new skills, and take on more responsibility, yet your salary usually increases in small steps. Meanwhile, the cost of living continues to rise. That makes reaching FIRE through salary alone a long journey for many people. Another challenge is time. In most corporate jobs, earning stops when working stops. Vacations are limited. Long breaks often require approval. Many professionals spend their best years exchanging time for money while hoping that one day they will finally have enough saved to enjoy life. None of this means corporate jobs are bad. In fact, they provide valuable experience, predictable income, and financial security for millions of families. But if your goal is early FIRE, it's worth asking a different question. Is your career simply paying your bills today, or is it helping you build lasting wealth that can eventually replace your paycheck? That difference is what separates earning an income from creating financial independence.
This is where many people misunderstand the FIRE movement. FIRE has never been about collecting the biggest paycheck. A high income certainly helps, but income alone doesn't create financial independence. What matters is how much of that income is converted into assets that continue producing money without requiring your daily effort. Think about it this way. Your salary is active income. It exists because you show up to work. If you stop working, that income usually stops as well. Assets work differently. Dividend-paying stocks, rental properties, profitable businesses, royalties, and other income-producing investments can continue generating cash flow long after the original work has been done. That is the engine behind FIRE. The goal isn't simply to earn more. The goal is to own more. This is why many people with impressive salaries still struggle to retire early. Their lifestyle grows as their income grows. Bigger homes, newer cars, more expensive vacations, and higher monthly expenses leave less money available to invest. They become high earners, but not necessarily wealthy. On the other hand, someone with a more modest income can sometimes reach FIRE faster by consistently buying productive assets and allowing those assets to compound over many years. The question isn't how much do you earn. The better question is how much of your income is buying assets that will eventually pay your living expenses. That shift in thinking changes everything. Instead of depending on your next salary increase, you begin focusing on building a portfolio that grows every year. Every investment becomes another small employee working for you around the clock. Over time, those assets start producing more income, reducing your dependence on your job. That is the real foundation of FIRE. Your paycheck starts the journey, but your assets are what eventually finish it.
If building assets is the foundation of FIRE, then the next question becomes obvious. Which type of asset has the greatest potential to grow your wealth? For many people, the answer is a small business. A job pays you for the hours, skills, and experience you provide. Even highly paid professionals are usually working within a salary range determined by the company. There is often a limit to how much more they can earn each year. A business works differently. When you own a business, you are not just earning income, you are building an asset that has the potential to become more valuable over time. Every satisfied customer, every improved system, every new product, and every increase in profit adds value beyond this month's income. There is also no fixed ceiling on revenue. A business can serve more customers, launch new products, enter new markets, or hire employees to increase its capacity. Growth is never guaranteed, but the opportunity is much larger than waiting for the next annual raise. Another important difference is reinvestment. Imagine two people earning the same amount of money each year. One receives it as salary, the other earns it through a business. The business owner may be able to reinvest profits into marketing, equipment, technology, or hiring people who help generate even more profit. In many cases, that creates a cycle where the business keeps expanding while producing additional income. Over time, a successful business can become more than a source of cash flow. It can become an asset with real market value. Someone else may eventually want to buy it. That means the owner has built not only annual income, but also equity. For someone pursuing FIRE, this can be incredibly powerful. Higher profits can increase investment contributions. More investments produce more passive income. More passive income shortens the time needed to reach financial independence. Of course, not every business becomes large. It doesn't have to. A local service business, an online store, a consulting practice, a YouTube channel, or a small software company can all become valuable assets if they consistently generate profit. The goal isn't to build the next billion-dollar company. The goal is to own something that continues creating value instead of relying entirely on a monthly paycheck. That is why many entrepreneurs reach financial independence earlier than expected. It isn't because business is easier. It's because ownership gives them opportunities that employment often cannot.
At this point, it's important to be realistic. None of this means starting a business is an easy shortcut to FIRE. In fact, building a successful business is often harder than working a corporate job. There is no guaranteed paycheck at the end of the month. Some months are great, while others can be disappointing. You may invest time and money into an idea that never works. Many small businesses fail within their first few years, and that's a reality every entrepreneur has to accept. Running a business also comes with responsibilities that employees rarely think about. Finding customers, managing cash flow, solving unexpected problems, paying taxes, handling regulations, and making difficult decisions all become your responsibility. There is no manager to ask for permission or direction. The results, good or bad, are yours. During the early stages, many business owners actually work longer hours than they did in corporate jobs. Nights, weekends, and holidays may become regular workdays. Financial pressure can also be much higher, especially if your family's income depends entirely on the business. This is exactly why entrepreneurship isn't for everyone. Some people genuinely prefer the stability, predictable income, and lower financial risk that comes with employment. There is nothing wrong with that. FIRE is not about proving that business owners are smarter than employees. The real point is much simpler. If your goal is to achieve financial independence as early as possible, you should compare both the risks and the opportunities. A business offers greater upside, but it also demands greater responsibility. The potential rewards are higher because the uncertainty is higher. Understanding that trade-off is far more valuable than believing there is a perfect path to FIRE.
One of the biggest mistakes people make after learning about FIRE is believing they need to quit their job immediately and start a business. For most people, that's not a smart strategy. A better approach is to use your corporate job as a financial tool while gradually building a business on the side. Your salary can pay your living expenses, while the business gives you the opportunity to create an asset with long-term growth potential. This approach also reduces pressure. When your monthly bills are already covered by your paycheck, you don't have to force your business to make money immediately. You have time to improve your product, understand your customers, learn from mistakes, and grow at a healthier pace. That patience often leads to better decisions. As the business begins generating consistent profit, resist the temptation to upgrade your lifestyle. Instead, reinvest part of those profits back into the business and invest the rest in income-producing assets, such as index funds, dividend stocks, or other investments that fit your FIRE plan. Over time, you'll have multiple engines working together. Your salary supports your current life. Your business increases your earning potential. Your investments build passive income. Each one strengthens the others. Eventually, there may come a point when your business consistently earns enough to cover your essential expenses. Even then, the decision to leave your job shouldn't be based on excitement alone. It should be based on numbers. Can your business remain profitable during a slow year? Do you have an emergency fund? Are your investments continuing to grow? Have you reduced unnecessary expenses? These questions matter far more than motivation. The goal isn't simply to escape a corporate job. The goal is to build a financial life that is resilient, flexible, and sustainable for decades. That's the mindset behind FIRE. Every decision should increase your freedom, not increase your financial stress.
At the end of the day, this isn't really a debate about corporate jobs versus small businesses. It's a conversation about choosing the right vehicle for your FIRE journey. A corporate career can provide stability, valuable experience, and the capital needed to begin investing. For many people, it's the foundation that makes financial independence possible. A business, on the other hand, offers the possibility of building something larger than a paycheck. It gives you the chance to own an asset, increase your income beyond a salary, and potentially reach financial independence sooner. That opportunity comes with greater risk, but also greater potential. The important thing is not to follow someone else's path. Build the path that matches your skills, your risk tolerance, and your long-term goals. If a job helps you invest consistently, that's a good path. If a small business allows you to create wealth faster while managing the risks responsibly, that can be a great path too. Remember, FIRE isn't about quitting work as quickly as possible. It's about reaching the point where work becomes a choice instead of a necessity. And the sooner your assets can pay your living expenses, the sooner you'll gain something far more valuable than a bigger salary. You'll gain control over your time, your decisions, and ultimately, your life.